Hello! Hello. My name is Savannah Moore. I'm an exclusive Black Status presenter with Unique, my usual intro. I live in a tiny town in Montana, and I have 3 kids. I'm married. What else about me? That's about it. I'm not a very exciting person. Today's actually my birthday. I didn't go to college. I didn't do anything extraordinary at all before this business. I was actually a teen mom. And so after that, I worked some minimum wage jobs, and yeah, Unique kind of just fell into my life. So, super grateful for that, because otherwise I might still be working those minimum wage jobs, killing myself for a paycheck. So, the good news is with this business, we don't have to do that. I'm going to give it just literally like 1 minute. If anybody hops on, and if they don't, that's plumb fine, because I know this is a really weird time of day. So, if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and comment replay. That red live button will be gone. I got my coffee here because it's freezing over here in Montana. It's actually snowing today. So, that's unfortunate. But we are going to talk about kind of like getting momentum in your business. So, whether you're new or... For me, my personal story is I was very complacent, and so I feel like this can be very helpful if you're kind of at a place where you feel complacent, okay? So this summer, I'm just going to tell you guys a little story. I know you're probably looking and going, well, you're Black Status, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, actually, even at Black Status, we can get very complacent, and we can even go backwards in our business if we're not working like we should be, okay? And this summer was really rough for me personally. Just gonna get totally vulnerable with you guys. I was not pulling in the numbers that I wanted to myself. I was frustrated. I felt like, you know, my team wasn't pulling in the numbers I wanted to pull. I didn't feel like I had a lot of people quitting. And, honestly, I just felt so frustrated because I felt like not only did I feel complacent, I literally felt like I was going backwards. Hey, Kristen. Hey, guys. There's a couple people on. If you're on live, say hi. So, I wasn't just feeling complacent. I was just feeling like I was going backwards, you know? I was like... in all ways, okay? I wasn't, you know, this is literally an example. I enrolled 8 people in May, and not a single one of them ever made one sale, okay? And that kind of set the tone for my summer, okay? 8 people in 1 month, and they never made a sale. All 8 of them just went inactive. And, like, from there... I was struggling to recruit, I was struggling to sell, I was struggling with figuring out how to motivate my team. There was people quitting left and right, sales just weren't where I thought they would be, and I was like, by the end of summer, or maybe by middle of summer, I was honestly just kind of having a pity party, because I was like, I don't know what to do, you know, I'm so frustrated, I'm so stuck, I can't get any, like, you know, anything going, and I'm literally going, not only am I still in the same place, I'm literally going backwards, and I was just not doing well emotionally, because, you know, being in this business, you have to be very strong in your mindset, and you have to be very determined, right? And I was not very in a good place there. I wasn't, you know, I didn't get any new customers this summer, I don't think. Nobody I sponsored this whole entire summer really did anything or even stuck around. And I had people that were on my team that I really truly believed would be orange, purple, black by this fall that were quitting left and right. So these weren't just anybody quitting. Some of these people were like really close friends of mine, or people that I truly believed in my heart and soul that would be in this with me forever. Okay, so I want you to know I'm coming from a place. The reason why I'm telling you that is I don't want you to look at me and, you know, I know sometimes Black Status sounds so far away and so impossible, because I remember when I was trying to hit green and 10,000 in a month sounded impossible. Black Status wasn't even on my mind, okay? But I want you to know that if you are feeling complacent, or you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling stuck, I have been there. That's not the only time I've been there, but I want you to know I know what it feels like, and this is how I fixed it, okay? And this isn't going to be anything you haven't heard before, so I'm sorry for that, but I am going to give you some exact numbers just to kind of break it down. Hey, Rachel. So last month, towards the end of August, I started trying to get over my pity party, I guess you would say. And I started trying to make, you know what, I realized I was like, the only person that can make stuff happen is me. Okay, and so that's what I want you guys to know too, is you're the person who can make action happen. Okay, you can make that happen. And the other thing I want you to know is it is so much harder sitting around and waiting for something to happen and hoping that something happens and hoping someone buys something and wishing someone would join from you and wishing that your team would just take off on its own. It is so much harder to sit and wish and want for that than it is to go out and start making magic happen. Okay, to start moving, you know, the business, start selling, start sponsoring, go putting in the action to make those things happen. That is so much easier than sitting around and wishing and wanting and, you know, just feeling bad for yourself, okay? And I've been there. I had a long summer. I had some seriously long summer and bad days, okay? So, here's what it is. It's getting back to basics, okay? And this is from a Black Status presenter. This last year, I did not party like I should. This summer, I didn't do hardly anything like I should have, you know? I was still working my business, still posting, still, you know, doing things like sending messages and stuff like that, but I wasn't partying or growing like I know it needs to because I was so paralyzed by the feeling of going backwards, okay? And that's the honest truth. So, here's the thing. Whether you hate parties or love parties, they are the quickest and easiest way to grow your business, okay? And this is something I had to have a reality check on, and somehow in August I got my mindset switched and I realized that I just had to get back to doing that. If I wanted my business to grow, I had to make it grow, and I knew parties were the way, okay? So, last month I sold, it was like almost $3,300, okay? So $3,300, and there's going to be some of you in here that sell more than that every month. So I should preface this with saying I've never ever been like a huge seller, okay? So for me, selling $2,000 to $3,000 is a good month, okay? We all have our strengths in this business. Selling is not my strength. So I sold about almost $3,300 last month, and I sponsored 5 people, and then I sponsored 2 people within the first few days of this month. So it all kind of was from that, but 5 were last month and 1 rolled into this month, or 2 rolled into this month, and I actually sponsored someone on the last day of August. So about 8 people in a month-ish time, okay? So the thing I did was I just started putting in the action, okay? I started doing parties. I started believing that things were growing again. I started getting excited when I actually got an order, right? I started getting excited when people were wondering about the opportunity. And people could really, like, tell that I was, like, back, you know? Because when you're feeling kind of down and you're feeling stuck and you're disappointed in yourself, it shows, you know? And it really does affect every aspect of your life. And this is the thing. Whenever I'm doing all the things that I should be doing, partying, messaging, doing all that stuff, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden people start joining and people start ordering like crazy. And the reason why I say it's weird is because it's not even necessarily always from the parties, which is the kind of weird part about it. It's like as soon as you start working, things just start happening for you, right? So last month I sold, like I said, $3,300. I had 19 parties, 3 were my own. Okay, so I don't count those. I had 16 customer hosted parties last month. I don't think that your style of party, whether you do groups or events, you know, all of that, the content, I don't feel like that is always super important. I think people overthink it and they overcomplicate it and they make it way hard, okay? I know people that do messenger parties, and I've done them all. I've done 10-day parties, 1-day parties, 1-hour parties, 7-day parties. I mean, I've done them all, okay? But I think as long as you're consistent and you show up every single day, that's what matters. So for me, I don't love doing parties at all. In fact, I don't like doing parties. But what I do like is the network, and I like the orders, right? And I like the new people to talk to about the opportunity. So what I do is I create one group, and I have hostesses for the week. My goal every week is 4. So I add my hostesses to the group, and then I have them invite at least 25-ish friends, and I tell them to send a message. I don't know if they always do, but you know. And I post in that one group 3 times a day, and then on Thursday night I do a live tutorial, full face, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are really just trying to get, so leading up to the live tutorial, it's really just posting about Epic Mascara, and like I try to get people to comment on stuff. I do a couple giveaways, things like that. Thursday night is the live tutorial. After the tutorial, I post my hostesses links for everyone to shop, and then I do a giveaway for everybody that orders Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my goal is really to try to get sales, I'm sick, sorry, over the weekend. And then I let them know the links are still open, and I'll still post a thank you if someone orders after that. And then I post about the kit as the party's ending, and I also post about being my next hostess. I usually give my hostesses something for free. You don't have to do that. I know a lot of people, you can't afford it or whatever. But I think as long as you're committed to finding those hostesses, however you do it, you can put up a post on Facebook and give them something for free. You can send out a million messages. You can, incentivize them however you want. You can party however you want. You can do groups. You can do events. I've done both. Personally, I like groups, but I have friends who swear by events. So I don't think either one is like wrong or right. I think the only thing is what you do once you get that party, okay? So once I get a party or get my big group set up, I literally, on like Tuesday or Wednesday, friend request every single person in the group. Every single person that's invited, whether they click join in the group or they're talking in the group or not, I send a friend request to every single one of them. If they accept, great. If they don't, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't even go back and check to see if they accepted them. That's really the key to parties, okay? The sales are freaking awesome because, hello, we love sales, right? But the key is getting the network, okay? And I'm going to explain why. A lot of the people I've personally enrolled, I partied really hard about my first year and a half, and then I kind of slacked off on it, and my business showed that. A lot of my personally enrolled came from parties, and so did my customers, okay? And here's the thing. They didn't necessarily order in that party. They didn't necessarily join right after the party, but we became friends, and then they got to know Savannah. I got to know them, and they became more comfortable with me, okay? So sometimes someone may not order in that party, but 2 months down the road, when they get to know you, they may become one of your best customers. They may join you in business and become one of your amazing amazing business partners that just runs. So the thing we're there for primarily is the network. So out of those 16 parties I had, $3,300 in PRS, $2,100 of it came from parties. I was 9 kudos away from earning the trunk at the beginning of the month, and to be honest, I did not think it was going to happen. Because of those parties, every single kudos I sold was in a party, and I was able to earn that trunk. I didn't discount it. I didn't incentivize people to buy them. I just shared about it and they bought them, okay? So $2,100 of my PRS came from those customer hosted party links. The other 1,000 was from my personal wall, my already established customer base. Okay, so 1/3 was new people. But of those 16 parties, 5 qualified. Okay, 5. That's like 1/3 about. And I think that's pretty normal. And the other ones, there was some at 0, of course. And in fact, the first week, this is kind of a new party style for me. The first week I did this, I originally had 4 hostesses and then 1 canceled, so I was down to 3 hostesses, and not one person ordered in the entire time. Not one person ordered, and it was like pulling teeth for interaction. You're going to have parties like that, and it might be your first, 5 parties might be that way. But I could have easily just said, this doesn't work. Parties don't work. Parties are dead. I'm done. Like, I gave it a whirl, and nothing happened. I could have very easily said that. But the next week, I had 5 hostesses, and one of them had over $600 in sales, and one of the parties had $300, and then like 1 or 2 others didn't qualify but had sales, okay? Had I just warded parties off and said those don't work because of 1 week of bad parties, I'm not going to see those big results, right? Okay, so I want to tell you that with parties, it takes dedication, it takes consistency, and it takes going in with the right mindset. Because even though I got 0 orders from that first party, I did get a hostess for the next week, and I made like 30 new friends. So that's pretty good, right? What do you say when you post the kitten parties? I usually just say something like, before this group closes, I really want to share this with you. This is our starter kit for $99. You can get all this stuff, a free website, and a discount on your own makeup. To check it out, you can go to my website here or message me with any questions. It's just a basic post, and it's a collage of me holding the kit bag, and then it has like the actual kit picture and a quote on it. So nothing fancy. Nothing in my parties are fancy. Do you message everyone that accepts the event/group invite? Yes, I try to, Kristen. I try to message everybody the day of the live, and I don't send them a message asking them to order. I literally just say, hey, I saw you were a member of my makeup class for this week. Just wanted to say thanks so much for joining in. Don't forget there's going to be a giveaway on the live tonight. And if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So basically, I'm just kind of opening that door of communication, and that's it. And that's why I try to send my friend requests Tuesday or Wednesday, because on Facebook, if you send a bunch of messages to people that you're not friends with, eventually it like tells you can't send any more messages to those people. So I try to get as many friend requests sent as possible as Facebook will let me in the days before. Oh, and that reminds me, one other important thing about parties. I have a notebook, and it just says parties on it, and the only thing I write down in there are names of everybody who accepts my friend request, and then I also put another column with the hostesses for that week, and every single person that accepts my friend request, I write their name down. And the reason why I do that is because if you do parties long enough, and you're consistent in your business, at some point or another, you're going to get in a slump, okay? You're going to get to a point where everybody's telling you no, where you can't book a party to save your life, where you're not getting any orders, where nobody's joined you in 3 weeks. You will. If you've been in this business long enough, at some point in time, you're going to get in a rut, okay? And if you keep track of all of those names, you have a whole list of people that you can message when you get in one of those slumps. And you can say, hey, I saw you were in one of my parties a couple months ago, and I'm actually setting up this week's in a couple of days, so I thought I'd see if you wanted to get something free and be one of my hostesses. You know, you have people you can send a message to and hopefully keep you out of that rut, because you just have an ever-growing name of lists. That's kind of like the key with network marketing, is to have an ever-growing list of people to talk to, because so many people are going to tell you no. So many people are going to, ignore you. But you've got to send the masses to find the few. And here's the other thing. I know a lot of people get stuck in this. It's kind of like parties, or why you want to have a growing list. I know so many people that I'll be like, hey, as soon as, we just got to get you going on a team and you're going to kill it. And almost every single person always says, I have 3 people, I'm just waiting on them to join. Stop waiting for those people, okay? They're still going to be there, but you've got to keep moving, sister. You can't wait. Stop sending messages because you're like, 3 people told me they're going to join. I can kick back. They may never join. Let me tell you right now. They might. I hope they do, but they may not. So you need to keep that list moving, okay? Keep your mouth going and talking to as many people as possible. Don't wait for the people who, oh, she said she's going to order on Friday, so I can just kind of cool it because I'm going to get that order on Friday. No, you keep going, okay? Because hopefully she does, but if she doesn't, you've already got 50 other orders from other people, okay? Or if those 3 people take 4 years to join, you've already enrolled 250 other people since those 3 told you they were going to join. Keep moving, okay? Don't put all your eggs in one basket and don't wait around for people, okay? If you're not busy, you act like you are, and then you find a way to get busy, okay? And you just keep moving and moving and moving and moving. You don't stop and start waiting for people on your team or waiting for people to join or counting on those people that said they're going to order, because they may never do it, okay? And I know that's kind of tough, but that's the key. If you can keep going and just constantly be growing the list of people you're talking to, growing the list of people seeing your content, growing the list of people that you can follow up with, because that's a big recruiting for me, is following up with people. You're never going to feel disappointed or frustrated because you're always talking to new people. You've always got new people wanting to join. You've always got new people ordering. You've always got new Facebook friends watching your lives, okay? You're not sitting around and waiting for 2 people to join that may never join, okay? So that's kind of the other big thing with parties is you can go through your warm market real quick, especially if you started off with a small friends list like I did. Like, once you've messaged all 200 people, what do you do, right? Like, that's kind of where I was. I was like, well, now what? Like, I've already talked to literally every one of my Facebook friends. So where do I go from here? Parties, okay? That's how you get new friends, a new audience, and you expand your market, okay? I don't know most of the people I've personally enrolled as far as like an in-person relationship, and most of the ones that I did know in person were more acquaintances, people I went to school with, but not best friends, people I worked with, and we knew each other, but we didn't have like a real established personal relationship, okay? So that's something to remember, is strangers are going to become your biggest business partners, okay? And your best friends in this business. And the people, 2 of my very best customers are people that I didn't even have a relationship with before this business. And I've asked them to join 1,000 times. One of them's an older lady, and she actually has joined once for the kit. But anyways, the point is, I love them and they love me, but it's not like they're family. It's not like we had a personal relationship for this business, but we've built that relationship, and now they pretty much order the kudos from me every month. They refer their friends to me, and they're my 2 best customers, okay? And that's kind of how this business goes. A lot of the people that will become your best friends, your best customers, the runners on your team are going to be people that you were acquaintances with or you didn't know, okay? So that's why you've got to keep moving, got to keep growing that list. And as much as we all love doing parties, they're the fastest way to grow your business. So if you want to grow your business really easily, I guess easy isn't the right word, but to me, when you look at like a regular job versus this business, it's a lot easier, right? Like, we're on our phones, we can be at home, we can do it with 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, whatever. And there's no one path. So if my party style doesn't work for you, you can do one that works for your life. And if you hate groups and prefer events, you can do events. No wrong or right. But you're still growing that friends list, growing your audience, and growing your network, right? And you're still selling, you're still recruiting, you're still doing all of that stuff. So that's kind of my biggest thing. Hardly any of my customers are people I know personally in real life. I'd say 90% of people I've never met in person. Same, Rachel, same. Especially some of my best customers. It's crazy, but that's how this business seems to work for a lot of us. So don't get too hung up on 2 or 3 people that say they're going to do something, okay? You keep going. You keep growing that list. You keep running and hustling. And if they join, that's great. That's another person. But don't wait for people. Don't wait for magic to happen, okay? You've got to go out there and create the momentum and just get to running, okay? Don't wait for your team. Don't wait for the 2 people that told you were going to join. Don't get frustrated when you don't have any new customers if you're not doing anything to find those people or to get them. The one last thing that I did last month, and then I'll let you guys go. I know this got kind of long, so I'm sorry about that. But the biggest thing I can tell you guys is get back to parties and following up with every single person and focus on building the network, okay? Don't focus, the sales are like an added bonus. So make sure you're focusing on making new friends, growing your network, and know it's going to pay off in the long run, okay? That should be the main goal and the main focus in a party. And then the sales are just an awesome bonus. But the only other thing I did last month, since I, got out of my little pity party slump and really took off like I should be, and like I should have been the whole summer, every single Sunday, the day doesn't matter. I just did it on Sunday so that I had, accountability and knew a day, and it's a high traffic social media day. I made an opportunity video, okay? And I missed like 1 or 2 Sundays, and so then I just made one during the week. But an opportunity video is a live video or a pre-recorded video where you specifically are talking about the opportunity, okay? So some examples are, I did like a kit video where I just grabbed the bag and everything that I did have that came in it, I put in the bag and I pulled it out and I showed them this is what you get, when you join, blah, blah, blah. And then I go into, and a free website and a discount on your makeup and this and that and the other thing. Another video I made, I'm just going to give you guys a couple examples. There's a million different out there. You can do a video about the sisterhood. You can do a video about the kit. You can do a video of like a business overview. You can do a why video, why you joined and how it's changed your life. You can do anything. So the other one that I did that I can like clearly remember, I did 2 or 3 kit videos. I watched a personal development about how the average business owner spends like $60,000 to $70,000 when they first invest in their business, and they don't see profit for 5 years, okay? And that's not even guaranteeing that their business is a success. A lot of the times, it's not a success, and then they're just $70,000 poor, right? I don't remember the exact numbers, but that day I had just watched it. And so I made a video, and I was like, I literally spent $99 on this, made profit within a month, and the sky is the absolute limit. Like, I'm the only one who puts a cap on my income. There's no limit to my earning potential, and I just kind of talked about it like that. So that was more of a business video, so it would be like for people that are really business-minded and kind of that red personality, money-driven, things like that. So that's not one I would make like every single day, but I try to kind of change it up a little bit so that different personality types are able to connect with me, right? So that was the other thing I did. And anybody who likes or comments on my opportunity videos that is not a presenter, I have a separate notebook that I keep and I write names in there. So anybody who ever messages me and asks about the opportunity, anybody I ever message and they are interested, I write their name down. And then anybody who ever likes or comments on an opportunity video, I write their name down. And I put a star next to someone that's like actually said they were interested, and then I just write the names down for anybody else. But then I send them a message and I say, hey, thanks so much for jumping on my video last night. Just so you know, if you ever do have any questions about this opportunity, don't hesitate to reach out. And that's it. I'm not asking them to join. I'm not begging. I'm just opening that door of communication, okay? So that's another thing you can do if you're really wanting to sponsor and grow. You can add that in. It takes up like maybe an hour in your week by the time you make a 15-minute video and message everyone. I would say less than an hour most likely. But you can get people really watching your page, boosting your algorithm, and just more seeds planted about this opportunity, okay? So I saw your opportunity video and I did one a few days after. Oh, good, Kristen. So I tried to do at least one a week. There was a couple weeks I did 2 in a week, and I just did different kinds. So, just make sure you got to remember that people, as you're adding them as friends, they're seeing your content. Okay, so make sure you don't neglect your wall. You got to be posting on there every day and making videos regularly. I do videos all the time. I did even when I worked full time. I would get up 15 minutes early, and my videos were like chaos. My kids were going crazy in the background. I was usually running late to work. I was in a hurry. Like, they were just chaos. But I do feel like videos really do work because people can see you, they can hear you, they can feel your energy, and it really shows like a level of commitment, you know? But for some people that's not going to work. So you can still post a picture, you can post a quote talking about the opportunity, you can post, you know, about the products, and try to commit to doing at least 2 to 3 videos a week, I would say, a variety of, you know, product videos and hopefully an opportunity video. And I really do think with consistency, you will see huge results from that as well. So the thing is, whenever anybody messages me about the opportunity, about makeup, about whatever, they always say, I've been watching your videos, and some of them have never liked or commented ever in a million years, okay? So just remember, all these new people you're adding as friends, you want them to still see your wall. So you want to post about your real life and about your business. So whether it's products or the opportunity, it's good to do a mix of both. But keep that up because they may not have bought in the party, but you may intrigue them afterwards, okay? So those are the 2 big things. Don't neglect your Facebook wall, parties, and I guess the last one, don't be scared to get in your messenger, okay? Even if it's just, a lot of times for me, it's just opening that door of communication. I'm not asking them to join. I'm not asking them to buy. Trust me, I ask a lot of people to join and a lot of people to buy. But at the very least, I can open that door of communication, and, you know, then they can reach out to me if I don't bug them first later on. Kind of just depends. So, anyways, do you guys have any questions? I'm going to wait just a minute because I know it lags, but that's really my biggest thing, you guys, that I have learned. I had a really rough summer, really bad, and I just realized, like, basics are where it's at. You can't get away from those basics, and they're so easy, you know? So I don't know why we avoid them, but it's so much easier to just go out there and start doing stuff than it is to sit around and wait and wish and want, and that is painful. Trust me, I did a lot of that this summer. It was painful, okay? I'm telling you, it is so much better just to go out there and make it happen. I promise you, it's like 1,000 million times better than wishing and wanting and waiting and all of that. So just go out there today. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it hard on yourself. Just go out there and do, okay? Just start doing and start, you know, creating that momentum and getting things going. And I promise you're going to see results with consistency. So, all right, glad to know. No, definitely not, Kristen. I was having a rough summer myself, so. Alrighty, guys, I don't see any questions, so thank you guys so much for hopping on with me. Thank you, Rachel, for having me. I absolutely love Rachel. I think she's amazing. She's going to do a training in my team page, too. I just have to tell her what to do it on. So thanks for having me, Rachel, and thanks for hopping on with me, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go try to pick my house up before my dad gets here. So if you guys do have any questions, go ahead and comment them, and I'll try to keep checking back on this. But the biggest thing is don't overcomplicate it. There's no perfect wording or perfect party script or her pictures are better than mine or her videos are perfect. Like, there's no such thing, okay? Look at my eyebrows. I can't find my tweezers, okay? If I can sell makeup, I'm pretty sure you can. So, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, be yourself, and do what works for you. Do the party style that works for you. Do what you like. But don't give up after just one party or even like 10 parties. You gotta really keep doing them. So, alrighty. Thank you guys. I love you all, and I will talk to you later.